What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wild Card Weekend edition of the Fox Sports NFL Cheat Sheet. I'm Peter Schrager. Here are the 5 things I'm thinking about. Number one, Brock Purdy is my offensive rookie of the year. This made a lot of waves when I put this out on Twitter earlier this week, but I stand behind it. I don't think it's been any slam dunk rookie of the year candidates all season long. And though there have been awesome ones in Garrett Wilson, he didn't come close to the seasons that Ja'Marr Chase or Justin Jefferson had the past 2 years. Although Kenneth Walker's had a 1,000-yard year and Isaiah Pacheco has been solid and Chris Olave has been very good, I think what Purdy's done over the past 5 weeks has been incredible. And though I can understand not voting for him if you think 5 games is not enough and that's not fair and it's rookie of the season, not rookie of the last week of November and in the whole month of December. But I think Purdy had the 49ers offense looking better than it did when Trey Lance was at quarterback, better than it did when Jimmy Garoppolo was at quarterback. And his numbers were fantastic. He beat playoff teams. The offense got better every single week, and they are cresting at the right time. Brock Purdy, if I had a vote, I don't, would be my offensive rookie of the year. I'm sorry. Number two, I'm feeling more and more inspired from the stories that we're hearing out of Buffalo from what happened last week. Obviously, we are in a much better place, and you can't even, disguise the smile I have knowing that Damar Hamlin has been discharged from the hospital in Buffalo. But through this process, we've heard stories of everyday people at the hospital, and then people in the Bills training staff who have made a difference. I want to shout out Tabani Richards. Tabani, a young assistant athletic trainer. Tabani's the one who was in the ambulance with Damar Hamlin on the way to the hospital in Cincinnati, and he got there and he never left his side. Spent the entire time in Cincinnati with Hamlin. He was the one who set up the Zoom session with the team that was so inspiring and amazing last week. And then when they flew back to Buffalo, Tabani didn't go home. He didn't shower. He went right to the hospital and was bedside with Damar Hamlin throughout. That is an assistant athletic trainer for the Buffalo Bills. And there are so many stories like that in Buffalo of unsung names whose stories are being shared right now. And as long as Buffalo keeps winning, I hope we hear more and more and those people get recognized in these broadcasts. Tabani Richards, just one of many amazing stories on that Buffalo staff. Number three, I don't think it's a slam dunk. Sean Payton's going anywhere just yet. I mean this. I work with Sean on the Sunday show for Fox NFL Kickoff that you guys watch, and we've become very good friends. And I think he genuinely means it when he tells you he loves working for Fox. And he's not going to just jump at the first deal or first job that is available. It's very flattering that right now 3 teams have called the Saints and have obviously gone through the thoughts of their head. They would be willing to compensate draft picks to bring in Coach Payton, but he can't interview for any of them until January 17th. And as he prepares for those interviews, and I'm sure he'll do them, I would just say this: there are going to be a lot more jobs available next year as well. And for Sean, his lifestyle right now, he lives in Los Angeles. He walks his dog. He's got an amazing wife, Skyline. He's got his daughter and her fiance living in Los Angeles. Really likes working with us on Sundays. He's got it pretty good. So just because Sean Payton interviews, I wouldn't say put it in pen that he takes one of those jobs. Number 4, the Ben Johnson sweepstakes might begin. Okay, so everyone's talking Sean Payton. That's the shiny object. Or Harbaugh. Ben Johnson's a 36-year-old offensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions, coming off maybe his most impressive performance of the season in Week 18, upsetting the Packers in Lambeau. Ben's going to interview for head coaching jobs. 36 years old. Guy was a quarterback at North Carolina, was also a math major, was in Miami with the Dolphins. Dan Campbell was the interim coach, got to know Ben a little bit. Dan Campbell eventually gets a job in Detroit. Ben Johnson's there. He's rising up the ranks. Last year, took over as offensive coordinator. There is still something to having a young guy who is talking with the players in a different way and who has got some of the most innovative stuff in the game. I think Ben Johnson might be as hot a name as even Sean Payton. Number 5, very curious to see the 49ers defense on Saturday. The Niners defense is talked about with such great reverence and everyone honors them so much in these broadcasts. How good are you? How good are you? Because the 2000 Ravens were a team that came out there and they led that team to a Super Bowl. The Buccaneers, the 2001, those were the guys that came out there, and it was Sapp and it was Brooks and it was, of course, John Lynch. Like, I think this 49ers defense is that good. And they're playing a team on Saturday that they've beaten twice, that's loaded with rookies. I, I think a lot of people think the Seahawks are going to come to play. Like, I'm curious if the Niners defense comes out there and just puts a licking on the Seahawks and says, hey, we're one of the best defenses ever. It might take that. I think Brock Purdy's great. You heard me talk about him earlier. But I also think that this defense is going to lead the way this season if they end up hoisting a Lombardi. Here's your first test. Seattle in your building. You've already beaten them twice. Let's see what the 49ers defense can do. 6 playoff games this weekend, coaching hires and coaching interviews all over. This is when it gets good. Everybody, if you want more of my stuff, it is at the Fox Sports digital app. But please, Fox NFL kickoff on Sunday and then leave it on Fox all weekend. We've got games both Saturday and Sunday. Enjoy them.